This section deals with Egyptian glyph concerning Helios. Here's the motif here. And this is the Egyptian symbol for gold, the eagle here, the eagle here. These three dots must be some type of weighting system or bartering system. And these are replicas. And this is a Helios right here also. And I am currently having a terrible windstorm outside. It's very cold, and so if you hear a loud roar, that's the wind. And what else better to do on a cold, blustery, windy winter evening than just cut some Egyptian videos? What do you think? And if you hear popping and crackling, that is the fire, and you may even hear my dog drink some water. So we're going to look at this, and we're going to show some more pieces. And I'm only dealing with Helios as he is depicted in Egyptian garb and with the Egyptian glyph. Now I'm going to show you a couple of the actual real pieces. These came from Jack Ward's collection of photographs back from the mid-1980s. And these are the real deal. Just showing some of that there. And here there's a lot of bricks and medallions that have Helios on them, but not all of them have the Egyptian eagle for the symbol of gold. And I always found it uncanny that in American history, the eagle was the $10 gold piece. In America, even several thousand years later, we still use the eagle as representation of gold. And again, Helios is Mark Antony and Cleopatra's missing son from history. He was their oldest son, and he was twin brother to Cleopatra Selene. Now this is a tablet here. This is the real deal. This is also from Jack Ward's collection from the mid-1980s. And this tablet isn't very large. It's probably about 4 inches by 2 inches or so. And this was the real deal here. Now I'm going to blow it up and let you look at it here. We're going to start at the top. And it's just covered with Egyptian glyph. Here you see Ra with the rays of the sun coming down. And right here in the dead center of the tablet is a cartouche with the Helios motif right in the center of it. So that was one for a head scratcher for the scholars, because they had never seen an Egyptian cartouche with Greek characters in the middle of it. But hey, we've got them all over the place. And here you come down. Now I'm going to show you a hand drawing of it. And this is real close. See, there's our cartouche. And this is for anyone who wants to attempt to decipher Bunefer. Anybody wants to try their hand at deciphering this, it's a good learning tablet. The script is pretty plain. And here's translation of it. And Paul translated this one back in the mid-90s, but we didn't release it. And we've got here, this is our time, or it could be in this time, under our most exalted Lord of Bunefer, in the land, or of the land. I chose the benevolent, but it could also be beloved, magnificent, righteous. King Helios, who nourishes the people and is the living image of the sacred sun god Ra. And we didn't release this until about 2000. We never showed it or publicized it anywhere. We just figured the world didn't care. And so basically it says, this is our time under our most exalted Lord of Bunefer in the land the benevolent King Helios, who nourishes the people and is the living image of the sacred sun god Ra. Really clean decipherment. And I'm just going to breeze through this. For Benefer, you can go to, or the where we get Happy Land, you go to page 214 of Wallace Budge's Egyptian Dictionary. Place of happiness, happiness caused by plenty of food, happy land, or land of many smiles. There was another tablet that kind of leaned towards land of many smiles. And here's the actual page from the Wallace Budge Dictionary. Just to prove that we don't make this up. Now we're looking at a shot of Helios, and I'm calling this Egyptian here because of the helmet. And this would be in his later years. There are many tablets of him younger, but they don't have anything to do with Egyptian. Some of them have him as a really handsome guy. He's got a pretty large nose here, which kind of indicates that he's getting on up there in age. And he's missing from European history and Egyptian history around age 10. And here we have him as an old guy. And this is another shot of Helios. And I'm just using this. We use this one, I think, in Tomb Tape 3. And he's a younger guy, but he does have the Egyptian style helmet there. See his name here. Here's another one. And now this isn't pictured, but you see the Tanit here. And you see some of the indicative writing here, the style of Egypt. And this is another picture by Scott Walter. I don't know who some of the other, but I'm going to blow it up. Now, if we look at this, this is about 1/2 inch here in this part of the loop. So that would mean that this snake's head would be about 1/2 inch, or a little bit less, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And I'm going to blow this up. And here we see either eye in the sky, all-seeing eye, or something else. I'm not convinced that all of them are the all-seeing eye or the eye of Ra. And here's the Tanit. And I just want you to notice the expression and the character in the snake's face. I think that is incredible. I mean, just making a couple of lines here, there, and just getting it so right. Just getting it so perfect. Take one. Heck of an accomplished artist to do that. This was not this fellow's first tablet. But here you see Helios kind of in a makeshift cartouche. This square here had to be scraped out, smoothed out, and then the Helios be put in it. And here's some script. And down here at the bottom, you see some what appear to be either a snake, another snake, and a couple of insignias here that could be Egyptian or something else. That's a good-looking snake. Now I'm going to show you the whole tablet here. And now I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to start at the top here. And this is a strange looking creature. Strange looking. But the character in the face is pretty cool. Pretty cool. And you see the Egyptian beard here. And then we come down, we see the staff and scepter here, which are clearly, there's no question here. And then you see a Helios, and then a couple more characters. As a matter of fact, some of these characters match some of the other tablets that have Helios's insignia or motif on them. But there you go, right there. And the fact that he's in the shape of a mummy doesn't hurt so bad at all, does it? And there's some kind of insignia over here. The tablet isn't clear enough. I had to use a lot of enhancement to get this one to show up. I'm not even sure if it will, but I'm not so sure what this is on the right hand side. Good looking tablet, but just a bad shot. And here we have another of Helios. We use this one, I think, in Tomb Tape 3. And I think in Book 1 also. And this also shows him, shows Helios at an older age, advanced age. But the head style here is definitely, or the helmet style here is definitely Egyptian. And that concludes this part of the presentation concerning Helios.